too. Hi everyone, welcome to your mats. Come to a comfortable seated position, rolling your shoulders back and down, straightening your spine. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your eyes will close and drop down right into the center of yourself. Taking a moment to notice how your mind feels right now, how your body feels right now. And with your eyes closed and your body still, you might begin to notice a physical sensation jump to the foreground of your consciousness. Ache or pain, itch, or perhaps it's just the overwhelming sensation that you're feeling really great today and ready to move. Perhaps the mind has wandered far off the mat to a plan, problem. No matter where the mind has wandered to, right now draw it back to the present moment by simply noticing one breath in and one breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. And now for emphasis, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, make a shh sound out your mouth, mobility breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, make a shh sound out the mouth. Now let your natural breathing rhythm resume. Know that you can return to that nice, strong, intentional breath to steady your mind, steady your body, find clarity and focus in your postures today. Today's practice is about recognizing where we are out of balance and drawing us back towards center. I invite you to approach your practice with open curiosity. And if you find that the mind wanders, as it often tends to do, use that nice strong breath to bring you home. With that intention in mind, take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, mobility breath it out. Let your eyes float open, and let's get to work. Remove the block from underneath you, and rock back onto your elbows, straightening your legs toward the front of the mat. Pulling your right knee in toward your chest, and making 3 circles to the right. Hip circles, 1, 2, 3. And now 3 circles to the left. 1, 2, and 3. Pull that knee back in toward your chest and now straighten your right leg. Taking a moment to pause and notice how the leg is feeling today and how easy or difficult it is to straighten this leg at this moment. And begin to roll the ankle 3 circles in one direction. And 3 circles in another. Pause in the middle, take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower the leg toward the mat, hover it an inch off the floor. Deep breath in as you lift it back up. Slowly exhale as you slowly lower the leg, hover it an inch off the floor. Big breath in. And as you exhale, let the leg hover an inch off the floor and let it rest all the way to the ground. Pulling your left knee in toward your chest. 3 circles to the left. 1, 2, 3. 3 circles to the right. 1, 2, 3. Pause in the middle, straightening the left leg. Taking a moment to again appreciate how easy or difficult it is to straighten this leg. And if there's any difference between left side and right side. Begin to roll the ankle in 3 circles in one direction. And now 3 circles in the other. Taking a big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower the left leg, let it hover an inch off the ground. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, let it lower, let it hover an inch off the ground. Big breath in. Exhale, let it lower all the way down to the ground now. Crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Pulling your left knee in toward your chest. Flexing your right foot. Pressing your right knee forward towards the top of the mat. Now straighten the left leg all the way toward the ceiling, breath in. And as you exhale, hover it an inch or two off the floor as you lower. Big breath in, lift the leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, let it lower, hover it, few inches off the ground. Big breath in. And as you exhale, let it lower all the way to the ground. Uncross your ankle to your knee. Cross the left ankle to your right knee. You're feeling your core fire up. That's 100% intentional. And pull your right knee in toward your chest. Flex your left foot and press your left knee toward the top of the mat. Straighten your right leg toward the ceiling. One breath in here. As you exhale, let it lower. Let it hover a few inches off the mat. Big breath in. Lift the right leg up. Exhale, let it lower. Let it hover a few inches off the mat. And inhale up. Exhale, let it lower all the way down to the mat. Now straighten your left leg out. Press yourself up off the ground. Reach your arms toward the ceiling. Breath in. As you exhale forward, fold over both legs, not grabbing for your feet, letting your fingertips rest gently on the ground. Slide your hands back in a line with your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, forward fold. Slide your fingertips back towards your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. And as you exhale, reach forward, letting your fingertips rest on the ground. And now, bring the soles of both feet together. Let your knees come out to the side for a very early bound angle pose. Just taking a diagnostic here. Soles of the feet connect, thumbs to your insteps. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, fold over both feet, letting your elbows come out to the side. Letting your head hang and noticing where you feel the stretch. Some of us are feeling it in our lower backs, some in the outer hips, some already in the inner thighs. Just notice so that we can compare at the end of practice how we feel. And come up out of that stretch. Make your way to the top of your mat, coming to stand. Once you stand, grab your blocks, place them tall side at the top of the mat. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees and come into a squat by sinking your weight into your heels and keeping your chest lifted. Straighten your legs, back up to stand. Bend your knees, come into a squat. Straighten your legs, come to stand. Bend your knees, come into a squat. And straighten your legs, this time reaching your arms up toward the ceiling. Breath in. As you exhale, reach for the blocks. Let your fingertips rest on the blocks as you bend your knees. Straighten your legs, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips to the blocks. Straighten your legs, reach up. Bend your knees, fingertips to the blocks. Straighten your legs, reach up. Lift your heels up off the mat, come onto tippy toes. And now lift your gaze skyward toward the ceiling. Bend your knees, lower your heels, reach for the blocks. And straighten your legs, lift the heels, reach up. And bend your knees, sink the heels, come on down. One more time. Reach your arms up, lift the heels. And exhale, bend your knees, come on down. Straighten your legs, reach your arms up, keep your heels where they are. Pull your right knee into your chest, crane technique. One strong breath in here. As you exhale, swing your arms back by your hips. Right leg goes straight back, coming into an early warrior 3, lowering your chest toward the ground, lifting your back leg. Pulling your knee into your chest, reaching your arms up toward the ceiling, coming back into crane technique. Breath in here. Nice strong breath going back. Arms go back, right leg goes back. Right knee pulls in, both arms up. Right leg goes back, both hands now descend to the blocks. You're in supported warrior 3. Nice and slowly step your right foot back to the ground, coming into a low lunge. Lower your right knee to the ground, lift it. Lower, lift, lower, and lift. Lower your back knee down. If your hands are on your blocks, slide your blocks back with your hands to frame your front foot. Straighten your front leg by rocking your hips back. And once your front leg is straightened, flex your front foot, fan out all 5 toes. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Rebend your front knee, slide your blocks forward. Back to high side they go. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, reach your arms forward. One breath in here. Exhale, back up into crane technique. Pull the knee in toward your chest. Right foot lowers to the ground, arms stay up. Left knee pulls in toward your chest, breath in. As you exhale, warrior 3. Left leg goes back, both arms go back. Left knee pulls in, both arms up. Exhale, both arms go back, left leg goes back, warrior 3. Left knee pulls in, both arms up. This time as you kick back, both hands back to your block, supported warrior 3. Left foot goes down to the ground, nice and slow. Back knee lowers, back knee lifts, back knee lowers, back knee lifts, last one lowers, last one lifts. Lower the back knee down. If your hands are on your blocks, slide your blocks back to frame your front foot. Straighten your front leg, peel your right toes back toward your face. Spread all 5 toes. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come forward. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee up. Reach your arms forward. One breath in. As you exhale, come up into crane technique. And step your left foot down. Very well done. Sliding your blocks forward if they didn't quite make it there. Coming back up to stand. Both arms reach up toward the ceiling. Right knee pulls in. For running warrior 3s, bending your elbows at the waist. Left arm slides forward, right arm slides back. Good. As you kick your right leg back, right arm will come forward, left arm will go back. So go back into warrior 3. There we go. That was a lot of coordination. Good job. Come back in, right knee pulls in, come back up. As you exhale, go back, kick that right leg back. Right knee pulls in, come up. As you exhale, right leg goes back, kick back. Release both hands down to the block. Step your right foot down. Round 2. Lower your back knee gently to the ground. And lift. Back knee lowers. And lifts. Back knee lowers. And lifts. Back knee lowers. Slide the blocks back. If you'd like to lift your back knee up for this round of rocking pyramids, you're more than welcome. As you rock back, straighten your front leg. Peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Sink the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, rock back. Rebend your front knee. If your back knee is lowered, lift it up. Slide your blocks forward. Reach your arms forward. One breath in here. As you exhale, come back up into crane technique. Lower your right foot down. Both arms float down. Left knee lifts up. Both arms up. Crane technique on the left side. Now bend your elbows in toward your waist. Slide your right arm forward. Left arm goes back. As you kick your left leg back, your left arm comes forward. Your right arm goes back. Inhale, come forward. Left knee in. Exhale, kick it back. Come forward. Left knee in. Exhale, breathe harder for steadiness. Kick it back. Both hands to the block. Left foot steps to the ground behind you, low lunge. Left knee lowers, left knee lifts, left knee lowers, left knee lifts, left knee lowers, left knee lifts. Lower the left knee down, slide your blocks back. You can re-lift that left knee if you'd like. And rock back, straightening your front leg, peel your right toes back toward your face. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, come forward. exhale, rock back. Rebend your front knee, slide your blocks forward. Reach your arms forward. One strong breath in here. As you exhale, come all the way back up to the crane technique. Left foot comes down, both arms come down. Adding on. Right knee pulls into your chest. Bending your elbows. Coming into running warrior 3 with a kick through into an alternate toe touch. Stay with me. Right arm comes back, left arm forward. As you kick your right leg back, right arm comes forward, left arm back. Keep the leg straight as you kick it forward and up. Touch it with your left hand. Kick back, running man back. As you exhale, swing it forward. Touch your right toes with your left hand. Kick it back, swing back. As you come up, touch your left toes. Come on back, low lunge, hands to the ground or to your blocks. Right knee lowers, right knee lifts, right knee lowers, right knee lifts. Last one lowers, last one lifts. Lower the back knee down, grab your blocks if you need them. If you don't need them, you don't have to use them. Begin to rock back, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your left leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, and exhale, rock back. Rebend your front knee, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, reach your arms forward, breath in. As you exhale, come up, crane technique. Right foot down, both arms float down. Woo! Let that go, we gotta do it on the left side. Left knee pulls in, both arms up. Bend your elbows in toward your waist, left arm back, right arm forward. Kick the left leg back as you slide the left arm forward, right arm back. Keep that left leg straight as you kick it through and up, touching your left toes with your right hand. And kick it back. Come forward, use your breath. Thank you. Kick it back. And come forward, touch your toes. There we go. Hands to the ground on this one. Step it back, low lunge. Left knee lowers, left knee lifts, left knee lowers, left knee lifts. Last one lower, last one lifts. Back knee can stay up or down for this one. Rock it back, straighten your right leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, go back, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, and exhale, go back. Rebend your front knee, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, reach your arms forward on an angle, breath in. As you exhale, come up, crane technique. And left foot comes down, both arms go down. Very well done. Make sure your blocks are in front of your mat. And that precludes the warm-up to the warm-up. Inhale, reach your arms forward, up and back, arch back. As you exhale, first forward fold of the day. Feel free to take a slight soft bend in your knees as you fold and relax your head down. Get your hands to the ground, walk your feet back, come into plank position, top of a push-up. Arms are straight and strong, hips are low. One long line of energy from the crown of your head to your heels. One breath in here. As you exhale, bend your knees, lift your hips, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. As you exhale, bend your knees, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward into plank. As you exhale, bend your knees, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Separate your feet mat width distance apart. This is where club moves and mobility intersect. Pressing into your hands, bend your knees, hover them an inch off the ground for a down dog squat. Straighten your legs, come all the way back up. Bend your knees, hover your knees an inch off the ground. Exhale, straighten your legs, come on up. Inhale, bend your knees, hover them an inch off the ground, then lower them all the way, come into child's pose. Feet connect, knees stay wide. Arms are extended, forehead to the ground. Inhale, look up at your hands, draw your body forward, lower your chest down between your thumbs, straighten your legs. Bring your hands around your rib cage, squeeze your elbows around your ribs, press into your hands and do a baby cobra, lifting your chest up off the ground an inch or two, back of the neck stays long. Exhale, lower, press into your hands, Straighten your arms, come into full cobra, just noticing how that feels, like bending the elbows, drawing the chest through your arms. Exhale, lower all the way down. Extend your arms, palms on your blocks. Reaching straight ahead, pressing your palms down into your blocks, lifting your chest up off the ground. Reaching your right arm up toward the ceiling and lower. Left arm up, lower. These are patty cakes. Right arm up, lower. Left arm up, lower. Grab your blocks, bring them wider into a Y shape. No wider than the corners of your mat is fine. Pressing down into your blocks, lifting your chest. Doing your best not to lean to one side as you lift your right arm up off the block. And exhale, lower. Left arm up, lower. Right arm up, lower. Left arm up, lower. Grabbing your blocks, bringing them back to center. Bringing your hands around your ribcage, lowering your forehead to the ground. Relaxing completely, letting your hips rock from side to side. Seeing if activating the back muscles helps with this cobra sequence. Pressing into your hands, lift your chest and sternum an inch or two off the floor, baby cobra. Just notice. Exhale, lower. Pressing into your hands, straightening your arms, coming into full cobra. Keeping the pelvis on the ground, like bending the elbows, draw the chest through your arms. Exhale, lower. Bring your hips to your heels. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Bringing your right leg straight up and back, 3-point dog. Don't worry about how high the leg goes, but do worry if the leg is straight. Looking back at your left knee, the leg you're standing on, bend your left knee and do a single leg lunge. Straighten your left leg. Bend your left knee. Straighten your left leg. Bend your left knee. Straighten your left leg. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, all the way to the top of the mat. Lower your back knee to the ground. Pop up onto fingertips. Sink your hips, lift your chest, breath in here. As you exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back, spread all 5 toes. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, rock back. Rebend your front knee, plant your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts straight up and back, 3-point dog. Looking back at your right knee, bend your right knee, single leg lunge, straighten your right leg. Bend your right knee, straighten the right leg. Bend your right knee, straighten your right leg. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand at the top of the mat. Back knee lowers to the ground. Pop up onto fingertips, sink your hips, lift your chest, breath in. As you exhale, straighten your left leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, go back. Rebend your front knee, plant your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Bring your right leg straight up and back, 3-point dog. Flex your right foot, turn your right toes out toward the right side of the room, and now sink your left heel down to the mat. Taking a down dog split, opening up the hip, trying to stay as even in your shoulders as possible. One breath in here. As you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand at the top of the mat. This time, try to keep the back knee lifted. Pop up onto fingertips, sink your hips, lift your chest, breath in. As you exhale, straighten your right leg, peel your toes back, breath out. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your right leg, peel your toes back, breath out. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, go back. Rebend your front knee, plant your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts straight up and back, 3-point dog. Flex your left foot, turn your left toes toward the left side of the room, and then sink your right heel down to the ground. Down dog split, open up the hip, but keep the shoulders even as possible. And step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, all the way at the top of the mat. Doing your best to keep that back knee lifted, popping up onto fingertips, sink your hips, lift your chest. As you exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, rock back. Rebend your front knee, clench your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Separate your feet mat width distance apart. Down dog, wide foot squats. Bend your knees, hover your knees an inch or two off the ground. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Inhale, pull forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. Bend your elbows straight back, lower all the way to the mat. You can bring your feet closer together once you get to the bottom of the range of motion. Extend your arms, reaching for your blocks. Pressing your hands down into the blocks, lifting your chest. Right arm up toward the ceiling, patty cakes round 2. Lower the right arm down. Left arm lifts up, lower down. Right arm up, lower down. Left arm up, lower down. Grab your blocks, bring them into a Y shape. Press down into the blocks, lift your chest. Right arm up toward the ceiling, lower. Left arm up, lower. Right arm up, lower. Left arm up, lower. Grab your blocks, bring them back to center. Bring your hands around your ribs, lower your forehead to the ground. Press into your hands, full cobra. And hips to heels, tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg straight up and back, 3-point dog. As you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand at the top of the mat. Now step your left foot to the outside of your left hand at the top of the mat. Sink your hips, lift your chest, press your elbows into your knees, lift, straightening the spine. Now your heels may turn in, your feet may turn out, and you might feel a little more comfortable bringing your feet a little closer. Only you know your body. Go to where you feel this stretch. Fingertips to the ground, straighten your legs, come into a wide-legged forward fold. One breath in here. As you exhale, bend your knees, come back into the squat. Fingertips release to the ground, straighten your legs. As you bend your knees, come back into the squat. Bring your fingertips forward to the ground. Pull your right knee toward the ground, right between your feet. Yep, so bring your right knee down to the mat, and then bring it back up to start. You can watch Tanya for help. Lower your left knee to the ground. Come back to start. Right knee to the ground. Come back. Left knee to the ground. Come back. Straighten both legs. Toes come forward. Slight bend in your knees. Ragdoll pose. Grabbing opposite elbows. Letting your head hang. Swaying back and forth side to side. Release your fingertips to the ground. Bend your knees. Tuck your tailbone under. Round up to stand. Bone by bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. Bring your feet back to inner hip width distance apart at the top of the mat. Starting to move a little bit. Hands to prayer and heart center. Reach your arms forward, up and back, arch back. As you exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands all the way through, down you go. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips to the ground. Right leg goes straight back, low lunge. Inhale, bring your left arm up toward the ceiling. Open up the chest. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Lower your back knee or keep it lifted as you straighten your front leg. Peel your left toes back toward your face. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Rebend your front knee, clench your hands. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. As you exhale, bend your elbows, lower all the way down to the mat. Extend your right arm out to the side. Spatula right, roll onto your extended right arm. Step your left foot to the ground behind you. Stretching out the right shoulder, right chest. Come back to center, pulling the right hand in. Left arm goes out to the side like a half capital letter T, palm down. Step your right foot to the ground behind you. Come all the way back to center. Pull your left hand in. Hips to heels. Tuck the toes. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg straight up and back, 3-point dog. 3 lunges here, bending your right knee, straighten your right leg, bend, and straighten, bend, and straighten. Taking it into a leap by looking up at your hands, bending your right knee. Big breath in. As you exhale, take a little hop. Keep both legs straight, split leg position. Bend your right knee, breath in. As you exhale, take a hop. Bend your right knee, breath in. As you exhale, take a hop. And this time, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand at the top of the mat. Back knee can stay lowered or lifted. Hop up onto fingertips, sink your hips, lift your chest, breath in. Exhale, rock it back, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock back. Re-bend your front knee, plant your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts straight up and back, 3-point dog. Left knee pulls into your chest, step your left foot down between your hands, back knee lowers to the ground. Sink your hips, reach your arms forward, up and back, arch back. As you exhale, both hands to the ground, tuck your back toes under, come up into a squatted position, both knees bent, weight into your heels. Left leg goes straight back, low lunge. Right arm up toward the ceiling, open up the chest. Right hand to the ground. Back knee stays lowered or lifted. Straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, go back. Re-bend your front knee, plant your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. As you exhale, lower your knees to the mat, come into tabletop. Knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Right knee lifts out to the side, hydrant. Exhale, lower. Right knee lifts, lower. Right knee lifts, and lower. Right knee lifts, 3 circles forward. 1, 2, 3. 3 circles back. 1, 2, 3. Right knee to the ground. Left knee lifts and lower. Left knee lifts and lower. Left knee lifts and lower. Left knee lifts, 3 circles forward. 1, 2, 3. 3 circles back. 1, 2, and 3. Left knee down to the ground. Walk your knees back. Lower onto your belly. Bend your elbows straight back. Guess what's waiting for you? Your blocks. Bring your hands on your blocks. Press your palms down into the block. Lift your chest and elbows up off the ground. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling and lower. Left arm up and lower. Right arm up and lower. Left arm up and lower. Now hold on to your blocks. Lift your right block up toward the ceiling. Lower. Left block up. Lower. Right block up. Lower. Left block up. Lower. Bring your hands back around your ribs. Elbows hug straight back. Extend your right arm out to the side. Half capital letter T, palm down. Spatula right. Roll onto your extended right arm. Left leg steps back. Come all the way back to center. Right hand pulls in. Left arm out to the side. Roll over onto your extended left arm. Right foot steps back. Come back to center. Pull your left hand in. Bring your hips to your heels. Back into down dog you go. 3-point dog. Right leg lifts up into the air this time. 3 lunges here. Bend your left knee. Straighten, bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. Taking leaps now. Looking up at your hands. Bend your left knee. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push off the ground. Keep your legs in a split position. Land. Bend your knee. Look at your hands. Exhale. Take a leap. Bend your left knee. Breath in. Exhale, leap. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Back knee can lower all the way to the ground or stay lifted. Pop up onto your fingertips. Sink your hips, lift your chest. Breath in. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, go back. Rebend your front knee, clench your hands, make your way back into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts straight up and back, 3-point dog. Right knee pulls into your chest, round your back, step your right foot down between your hands. Left knee lowers to the ground. Sink your hips, reach your arms forward, up and back, arch back, breath in. As you exhale, both hands to the mat, tuck your back toes under, come up into a squatted position. Now straighten your legs, forward fold, let the head hang. Bend your knees, come back into your squatted position. Forward fold, let the head hang. Bend your knees, and forward fold. Slide your hands forward, separate your feet a little wider, come back into that nice low Balasana squat. Bending your knees, sinking your hips down, heels in, toes out. For most people it's comfortable, but some people like to have their feet pointing straight ahead. Elbows toward your inner thighs, press your elbows into your inner thighs, lift the chest. Fingertips to the ground, straighten your legs. Bend your knees, come back into a squatted position. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees, come back into a squatted position. And now straighten your legs. Bring your toes facing forward. Slight bend in your knees. Tuck your tailbone under, round up to stand, bone by bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. And grab your blocks. Stagger yourself so one person is slightly forward, other person slightly back. Reach for your blocks. Bring your blocks forward in front of your thighs. If you have hand weights, even better. Would not go any heavier than 3 to 5 pounds. But blocks work, also cans of soup work. And reach your arms forward, hands in line with your shoulders. Exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. And lower. Bring your hands to your sides. Send your arms straight out to the sides until your hands are in line with your shoulders, capital letter T. And lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Bring your arms out. Flip your palms upward. 3 little circles forward. 1, 2, 3. 3 little circles back. 1, 2, 3. Hold here. Bring your arms all the way up overhead. Now lower back down to start. Bring your arms up. Lower back to start. Arms up. Lower back to start. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Bring both elbows to touch the center. And then bring your arms out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your elbows to touch. And bring your arms out. Elbows to touch. And arms out. Straighten your arms. Hold your blocks level. Flip your palms downward. Bring your blocks to touch, keeping both arms straight. Bring them forward. Now bring them out to the side. Bring them forward, out to the side, forward, out to the side. Bend your elbows in toward your waist. Yep. Blocks face one another. Rotate the blocks outward and inward. Outward and inward. Outward and inward. Hold steady, blocks face each other, start position. Now fan them outward, bringing your arms out to the sides, but keeping the elbows bent. Blocks come in, blocks rotate out, blocks come in, blocks rotate out. Bring them back in. Lift your palms upward, same motion. Blocks out, come back in, blocks out, come on back in, blocks out, and come back in. Lower your blocks to the ground and grab a hold of your strap. If you don't have a strap, a belt, a necktie, even a towel will do. Fold your strap in half so you don't whack yourself in the face. Grab hold of your strap, bringing your hands shoulder width distance apart. Bringing your arms up overhead. Head through your arms, draw your arms back. And as you exhale, bring your arms forward and down. Bringing your arms forward, up and back. And as you exhale, lower down. bring your arms forward, up and back. And as you exhale, lower down. Separate your hands a little wider than shoulder width distance apart. Keep tension on the strap, pulling the strap apart. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, do a lat pull down, bending your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, bend in, keep pulling the strap apart. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend your elbows in toward your ribs. Inhale, straighten your arms, separate your hands a little bit more. Keeping both arms straight, reach your arms back until your hands are in a line with your shoulders. In order to do this, you might have to separate your hands a little bit more. That's okay. Pull the strap apart, lift your chest, lift your chin up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your arms up and over. There we go, good. 2 more of those. Reach your arms all the way up and back. Pull your hands apart, lift your chest, lift your chin toward the ceiling. As you exhale, come on up and over. Reach your arms up and back. Pull your hands apart, lift your chest, lift your chin. And as you exhale, come on up and over. Release your strap to the ground. Separate your feet hip width distance apart. Extend your arms forward. Bend your knees. Get very light and springy into your knees. Now think about the backs of your arms. Think about your knees. Take a jump. Try to touch your knees to the back of your arms. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, good. Now remember the backs of your arms, where they are. Where are your knees? Try to pull your knees up to touch the backs of your arms. Go. Land softly. Bend your knees. Think about where the backs of your arms are. This time, breathe. Take a jump, tap, and land softly. There we go. Good. Release your hands to the ground. Now we're going to try something similar. This time, kicking your heels to your bottom with your hands on the ground. Walk your feet back, step or two, whatever it takes to get your palms flat. Take your hands to the ground. Separate your feet, hip width distance apart, not mat width. Bend your knees, look up at your fingertips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pull your heels to your bottom. Land soundlessly. Breath in. Exhale, heels to bottom, land soundlessly. Beautiful. Breath in. Exhale, heels to bottom. Land soundlessly. Very well done. Walk yourself back into downward facing dog. Anticlimactic, I know. 1 breath in here. As you exhale, lower your knees to the mat. Take a child's pose. Forehead to the ground, arms are extended. Walk your hands back to your knees. Come up to sit. Interlace all 10 fingers. Let's do some wrist care before going back up onto our hands. Figure 8s with your hands. It helps to think about your hands holding a lightsaber for this next part. Reverse direction with your lightsaber or reverse your figure 8. Open up your palms. Now do roller coasters. Tighten up your roller coaster. You'll get more wrist stretch. Reverse direction now in your roller coaster. Pause here. Extend your arms toward the ceiling. Open and close your palms. All 5 fingers in, all 5 fingers extend. Move as fast as you can, but try not to jip yourself out of the motion. Make solid fists and then flail out your fingers. Keep going until your forearms start heating up, firing up, and now shake it out. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Walk your knees 2 inches back, tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips. From this downward facing dog position, separate your feet hip width distance apart. Trying to do what we did in a closer position, but with more oomph. Remember, you're in a longer stance, so it's a safer jump. Look up at your hands. Bend your knees, breath in. As you exhale, connect your heels to your bottom. And lower down nice and slow. 1 breath in. As you exhale, take a leap. Heels to bottom. Good. On this next time, As you leap and bend your heels in, maybe press the soles of your feet together and land in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, breath in. As you exhale, take a leap, connect your feet, land in. Very nicely done. You do that so well, we have to do one more. Separate your feet, look up at your hands, bend your knees, big breath in. As you exhale, heels to bottom, then feet connect. Land nice and slow, child's pose. Well done. Grab a sip of water. And make your way back into downward facing dog. Right leg straight up and back, 3-point dog. Right knee pulls into your chest, round your back, come forward, step your foot down between your hands. Reach forward, grab your blocks. Oof. Reach your blocks forward, come into high lunge. Breathe here, center yourself, just notice the weight in your hands. One strong breath in, step up into crane technique, left knee pulls into your chest. Going into warrior 3, holding on to your blocks. One breath in here. As you exhale, swing your arms back, left leg goes back, warrior 3. One breath in. As you exhale, knee pulls in, arms up, crane technique. Breath in, swing your arms back, left leg goes back, warrior 3. One breath in here. As you exhale, left knee pulls in, both arms come up. This time, lower the blocks to the ground. Take a supported warrior 3, kicking your left leg back. Hands press down into your blocks, breath in. As you exhale, pistol squat. Pull your left knee into your chest. Bend your right knee, sit down on your right heel. Extend your left leg forward. Bend your left knee into your chest, press down into your hands, kick your left leg back. Pull your left knee into your chest, bend your right knee, sit down on your right heel, kick your left leg forward, press down into your hands, pull your knee in, kick your left leg back. Last rep, pull your left knee into your chest, kick your left leg forward, sit down on your right heel, pull your left knee in, kick your left leg back, and then step it back, low lunge. Lower your back knee to the ground. Hands off the blocks, bring both hands to the inside of your right foot, heel toe your right foot all the way to the right edge of your mat, setting up for high lizard. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, pop up onto fingertips, sink your hips, lift your chest, rock forward, back, side to side. And lower your back knee to the ground. Come onto your forearms, taking a lower lizard. Lowering onto your elbows. Breathing here. If your elbows don't easily reach the ground, taking your elbows onto blocks, bringing the ground to you. And if you'd like more stretch here, tucking your back toes under, lifting your back knee up. Pressing down through your forearms to draw your chest forward and back through your left heel as you pull yourself apart. Lower your back knee to the ground. If it's lifted, straighten your arms. Taking a thigh stretch, bending your left knee, reaching your right arm up toward the ceiling, reaching your right hand back for the pinky toe side of your left foot. If you're having difficulty reaching your left foot, take your left hand onto a block that will give you a couple extra inches of reach. If you need more stretch here, you are welcome to lower onto your left forearm, but it does intensify the stretch, so be warned. Roll your right shoulder back, puff out your chest. Release the right foot, right hand back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, make your way back into downward facing dog. Left leg straight up and back, 3-point dog. Left knee pulls into your chest, step your left foot down between your hands. Where your blocks are waiting for you at the top of your mat. Reach your blocks forward, rise up, high lunge, holding onto your blocks. Find your legs, Notice the weight. One breath in here. As you exhale, step up onto your left foot, pull your right knee into your chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, swing your arms back, right leg goes back, warrior three. Hold onto your blocks or use hand weights. Pull your right knee in, both arms up. As you exhale, kick your right leg back, both arms back in line with your right hip, your hips. And pull your right knee in, both arms up, breath in. As you exhale, this time lower both blocks to the ground, step your right leg back. Come into nothing. Keep your right leg lifted for pistol squats. Nice try, everyone. One breath in here. As you exhale, pull your right knee into your chest. Sit down on your left heel. Kick your right leg through. Press into your hands. Bend your right knee. Kick your right leg back. And then pull your right knee into your chest. Your right leg through. Bend your right knee. Come into pistol squat. All the way back. And now step it back into low lunge. Remove your hands from your blocks. Lower your back knee down. Both hands to the inside of your left foot. Heel toe your left foot to the left edge of your mat. Sink your hips, lift your chest, breath in here. As you exhale, straighten your, lift your back knee up. Rock forward, back, side to side. True high lizard. And lower your knee to the mat. Coming onto your forearms or bringing your forearms onto blocks. Once you're situated and you've decided on the low lizard that's right for you, you can intensify this stretch by tucking your back toes under, lifting your back knee up, pressing your forearms into the ground, drawing your chest forward as you press back through your heel. Lowering your back knee to the ground, straightening your arms, lifting your left arm up toward the ceiling, bending your right knee, reaching your left hand back for the pinky toe side of your right foot. You're not quite knee reaching that foot with your left hand. Take your right hand onto a block so you have a couple inches extra lean back. And then once you have your foot, if you'd like to intensify the stretch, take your right forearm to the ground. Wherever you are, roll your left shoulder back, puff out your chest. Make sure you're drawing your right foot toward your right hip and not across toward your left hip. Release. Both hands come back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Separate your feet mat width distance apart. Taking a couple leaps forward and back. Landing in Malasana squat. Bend your knees, look up at your hands. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, kick your heels to your hips. Hold hands in for a second. Gently lower your feet down into Malasana squat. Lean into your hands. Lift back up into that froggy handstand and go back into wide leg down dog. Land with a little flexion in your knees for shock absorption. Look up at your hands, bend your knees, breath in. As you exhale, come on up. Land, slight bend in your knees. Lean into your hands, lift up. Land back into down dog, slight flexion, shock absorption, nicely done. Breath in here, last one, go for gold. Breath in, as you exhale, leap forward, land in your Malasana squat. Straighten your legs, come to stand at the top of your mat. Bring your feet inner hip width distance apart. I said it was easy, I just said it was fun. Turn to your right. Take a giant step toward the back of your mat. Hands to the ground as you bend your right knee. Straighten your left leg for ninja squat. Peel your left toes up toward the ceiling. Keep your hands down on the mat. Go to the other side, bending your left knee, straightening your right leg, peeling your right toes up toward the ceiling. This time, if you'd like to take your hands to prayer heart center and try to just support your entire body weight with your legs, transfer to the other side, bending your right knee, straightening your left leg, peeling your left toes up, and then coming back toward the front. Releasing your hands to the ground, straightening both legs, narrowing your feet a bit, walking your hands forward, Staying up onto your fingertips, bending your knees, and now bringing your right knee to the ground for an internally rotated squat. Come back up. Very well done, everybody. I love you for understanding me. Bend your left knee, lower it to the ground. Come back up. Bend your right knee, lower your right knee to the ground. Come back up. Bend your left knee, lower your left knee to the ground. Come back up. So begin to separate your feet wider for side split. Don't go to your deepest point though, because we're going to take some active motion in this side split. Both sets of toes point straight ahead. Walk your hands forward, lift your elbows up off the ground. Hop up onto fingertips, come up onto your tippy toes, lean your weight forward, lift your hips higher. And then as you exhale, sink your heels to the ground, lean back, lower your forehead toward the ground, press your chest toward your thighs. There we go. Inhale, come forward, come up onto tippy toes. Exhale, sink the heels, press your chest toward your thighs. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, sink it back. Walk your hands back. Bring your hands toward the front of the mat. Sit. Bend your left knee and bring your left shin across the top of your mat. Coming onto your left hip, setting up for 90-90s. Bending your back knee to 90 degrees, leaning onto your left hip. Front knee is bent to 90, back knee is bent to 90. Taking a twist first, right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, look over your left shoulder. And then come back to center, keep your feet where they are, lift your knees, and then swivel, swivel to the back of the mat. This time taking your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Come back to center, swivel, swivel to the top of your mat. Now attempting this with a hands-free variation. Reach your arms up, lift your knees, swivel, swivel to the back of your mat. You can laugh, it's 100% okay. Lift your knees, swivel, swivel to the front of your mat. Put your hands down, tuck your back toes under, make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward into plank pose. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back, lower all the way down to the mat. Then tuck your toes, come into Sphinx pose. Lower your elbows to the mat, palms are flat. Press the ground away so that your arms make a 90-degree angle. Bend your right knee, reach your right hand back for the big toe side of your right foot. Draw that right foot in toward your right hip. Getting your hand over the top of the foot, pressing the weight of your hand down toward your right hip. You can swivel your fingertips forward to face in the same direction as your right toe is even better. Right elbow high. You need more stretch, squeeze your knees a little closer together. You want even more stretch, press into your left hand and lift your left elbow up off the ground. And release. Right foot to the ground, right elbow comes back to the ground. Bend your left knee, reach your left hand back for the big toe side of the left foot. Pull that left foot in toward your left hip, getting your left hand over the top of the foot, pulling that left foot down toward your left hip, but not off to the side. You need a little more stretch, squeeze your knees closer together. You can swivel your fingertips in the same direction as your toe tips, even better. And then if you can, press into your right hand, lifting your right elbow up, getting a deeper back bend and stretch into this posture. And release. Left forearm back down to the ground. And I know what you're thinking. Some patty cakes would feel really great right now. Reach forward, grab your blocks. Arms are extended. Since we're nice and super warm, going right into block lifts. Grab your right block, lift your right block up off the ground, and lower. Left block up, and lower. Right block up, and lower. Left block up, and lower. Separate your hands a little wider into a Y-shaped position. Lift the right block up off the ground, and lower. Left block up, and lower. Right block up, and lower. Left block up and lower. Bring the blocks back to center. Now lift your legs up off the ground. Woo. Right block up and lower. Left block up and lower. Right block up and lower. Left block up and lower. Widen out those hands. Last, almost done. Right block up and lower. Left block up and lower. Right block up and lower. Left block up and lower. Rest down all the way down. Bring your hands around your rib cage. Press into your hands. Come into full cobra though. Feel the beautifulness of that full cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe even bend your knees. Tap the back of your head with your toes. And lower all the way down. You can't see me, but I am also tapping my toes to the back of my head. Hips to heels, tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Nice counter stretch here in this gentle forward fold. Pull the body forward into plank pose. Lower your knees to the ground, tabletop position. Knees underneath your shoulders, hands underneath your hips. Knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Right knee lifts out to the side and lower. Now you felt that, and you felt how much you lean toward one side. So now extend your left arm forward toward the front of the room. Try not to lean over to the side. Right knee lifts out to the side and lower. It's a whole different world. Right knee lifts and lower. Right knee lifts and lower. Left hand down, right knee down. Left knee lifts out to the side. Just feel your natural inclination to lean and lower the left knee down. Now extend your right arm forward. Try to keep your weight centered. Lift your left knee out to the side and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Very well done. Right hand down, left knee down. Going right back over to that right side. Extend your left arm first this time. Bring your right knee out to the side. Now the circles. Forward, down, and around. 2, 3. Reverse direction. 1, 2, 3. Right knee down, left hand down. Very well done. Take a breath. Make sure you're breathing. Right arm forward. Left knee lifts out to the side. 3 circles forward. 1, 2, 3. 3 circles back. 1, 2, 3. Left knee down. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Sink your hips, lift your chest. Straighten your right leg, rock back, peel your toes back. Come forward, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your right leg, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, come forward. Now this time, if you'd like to come into a half split or full split, that's up to you. If you'd like to keep your knee down as you straighten your front leg, that's up to you. Wherever you are, work on squaring your hips off toward the top of the mat and flexing your front foot. And rebend your front knee. Make your way back into tabletop position. Step your left foot down between your hands. Sink your hips, lift your chest, breath in. As you exhale, rock back, peel your toes back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, go back. This time as you come forward, begin to slide that back knee back, coming into a deeper variation of half split or full split. Testing out your mobility muscles, seeing how the muscles have reset themselves to a slightly longer resting length. And that might be slight, it might be a lot, or you might not be feeling it much at all. The body is always different. Rebend your front knee, make your way back into tabletop, and then make your way into downward facing dog. into a fancy sit down. Bend your knees, look up at your hands. Jump your feet to your hands, get into a low squat. Slide your hands back and sit down on your bum. Oh, fancy, that was fancy, sit down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side. Hands behind you. Press into your hands, slide your hips all the way back toward behind your heels. Bringing your forearms to your inner thighs. Bending your elbows or taking your hands to your inner thighs, fingertips forward, elbows high. Pressing down, bringing your knees closer to the ground. And then once you feel like you've hit your end range, pressing your inner thighs up into your hands, holding that contraction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off that stretch. Breath in. As you exhale, fold, press down, and push up into your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off, breath in. As you exhale, come forward, down, pull up into your elbows or your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very well done. Ease off. Grab your block. Place your block skinny side between your feet. For your insteps, thumbs to your inner arches. Bend your elbows out to the side. Bring your chest toward the block. Press your feet into the block. Pull your knees toward the ground using your outer hip muscles. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off, breath in. As you exhale, pull forward, press your feet into the block, draw your outer knees toward the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, breath in. As you exhale, pull forward, draw your outer knees toward the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up, grab your block, take the block sideways. Not that widest setting, but the second widest setting between your feet. Show them, Tanya. Thank you. Between your feet, press your feet into the sides of the block, grab your insteps, and fold over your legs, pressing your feet into the blocks, drawing your knees toward the ground, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, breath in. As you exhale, pull forward. Draw your knees toward the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. As you exhale, come forward. Press your feet into the block. Draw your knees toward the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Remove the block from between your feet. Straighten your legs and shake them out. Ooh. Now just as a diagnostic, bring your feet together, knees out to the sides, fold forward, just like you did in the beginning of class, noticing any differences between the flexibility that you had at the beginning and this new resting length that you've created with your work here. Back up, make your way back into tabletop position. All downhill from here, people. Activating those outer hips after so much inner hip work, bringing your right knee out to the side, hydrant. And now kicking your right leg over the person next to you. Rebending your right knee, lowering your right knee down. Lifting your right knee up, kicking out, rebend, lower down. Lift your right knee up, kick out, rebend, lower down. Left knee lifts out to the side, kick out, rebend, lower down. Left knee lifts, kick out, rebend, lower down. One more lift, kick out, rebend, lower down. Extend your left arm forward and your right leg back. One breath in here. As you exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Keep the leg lifted. Lower your left hand down. Bend your right knee. Flex your right foot. Lift the whole bent leg up as high as you can and then lower to start. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. Right knee down. Right arm forward. Left leg back. One breath in here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Lower your right hand down. Bend your left knee. Flex your left foot. Keeping the whole knee bent. Lift the whole thing up. And lower, lift, lower, lift, and lower. Lower the left knee down all the way. Slide your right knee forward behind your right wrist. Right foot over toward the left side of your mat. Slide your left leg back, setting up for pigeon prep. Before you go into your deepest pigeon, however, taking a slightly different contract-release variation, tucking your back toes under, lifting your back knee up, coming up onto your fingertips, pressing down into your front shin, lifting the back knee, and now extending your right arm back, your left arm back, coming into flying pigeon for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down and folding forward over your front shin for the full pigeon variation. If you feel any pain in your right knee, you take a block underneath your right hip and lean over to that side. Walk your hands back in line with your right shin. Come on back up. Bend your left knee. Reach your left hand back for the big toe side of your left foot. Taking a quad stretch here. Pulling that left foot in just like when we did on our bellies. Trying to get the left hand over the top of the foot. Left elbow high. Maybe even pivoting your left fingertips to face the same direction as your toes. Release. Come back into tabletop position. Left knee comes forward behind your left wrist. Left foot over toward the right. Slide the right leg back. And before going to your deepest pigeon, tucking your back toes under, lifting your back knee up, popping up onto fingertips. Pressing into your front shin to get a contraction in the front leg as well. And then extending your right arm back, left arm back, flying your pigeon here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward fold over your front shin. Walk your hands back to your front shin, bending your right knee, reaching your right hand back for the big toe side of your right foot. Pulling your right foot in toward your right hip, trying to get your right hand over the top of the foot, right elbow high. Maybe pivoting your right fingertips to face the same direction as your toes. And releasing. Making your way back into tabletop. And coming to stand on your knees, grabbing your blocks. If your knees are tender, you can roll up your mat and place them underneath your knees. Some shoulder prep for our ending back bending series today. Grabbing your blocks, standing high on your knees, bringing the blocks in front of your thighs. Reaching your arms forward and up, hands in line with your shoulders and lower. Inhale, lift, hands in line with your shoulders and lower. One more lift, hold here. Bring your arms out to the sides, squeeze your shoulder blades together, being mindful of your neighbors. Thank you, everybody. Bring your arms back. Extend your arms out. Bring your arms back. Bring your arms out. Flip your palms up, flip your palms down, up, down, up, and down. Up, flip the palms up, little circles forward. 1, 2, 3. Flip 3 little circles back. 1, 2, and 3. Lower the blocks all the way to the ground. And grab your straps. Hold your straps in half so they don't drag on the ground. Separate your hands shoulder width distance apart. Pull the strap apart. Inhale, bring your head through your arms. Bring your arms back. Keep pulling the strap apart. And as you exhale, lower your arms down. Inhale, arms up. Pull your head through. Hips come forward. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Keep pulling the strap apart. Head comes through. Exhale, come on back down. Separate your hands a little wider. Keep pulling the strap apart. Reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Tension on the strap. Bend your elbows into your ribs. Straighten your arms. Reach up. Breath in. Exhale, elbows into ribs. Straighten your arms. Reach up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, bring your strap forward. Put the strap on the ground. Sit down onto your heels. Grab your right heel with your right hand. Come up off your heels. Swing your left arm around and back. Look back toward the wall behind you. Dancing camel. Sit back down. Left arm comes back around. Left hand to left heel. Come up off your heels. Reach your right arm around and back. Exhale, sit back down. One more each side. Right hand to right heel, left arm reaches around and back. Press those hips forward, reach back. Exhale, come back around. Left hand to left heel, right arm swings around and back. Reach back, hips forward. Exhale, sit back down. Come onto your left hip, swing your legs around. Wrapping it up, everybody. Yay! Bend your knees, lie all the way down to the mat. Soles of the feet on the ground. Setting up for bridge pose. Walking your heels back. Hands by your hips. And how far should your heels go back? Well, you maybe be able to graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Press down into your hands. Press down into your feet. Lift your hips up off the ground. 3 lower lifts here. Lower the hips. Lift back up. Lower, engage the glutes as you lift your hips, tuck your tailbone under, lower, and lift back up. Stay lifted, pull your right knee into your chest, extend your right leg toward the ceiling. Lower your hips, lift back up, lower, lift, lower, and lift. Bend your right knee, right foot down, keep the hips lifted, left knee pulls in, straighten your left leg up, lower the hips, lift, lower, lift, lower, and lift. Lower the hips, bend your left knee, sole the left foot down. Option to do all of that again or come into 2 full wheels. Flipping your hands back by your ears, fingertips pointing toward your shoulders, elbows high. Press into your hands, press into your feet. 2 ways to come up. Press straight up, lifting your hips. We're coming onto the crown of your head, sliding your hands under your shoulders, and then straightening the arms. Into your first wheel pose, tucking your tailbone under, lifting your hips higher. Maybe coming up onto tippy toes, walking the feet back, squeezing the knees together, chin to chest, come on down. Next wheel, we'll have a variation to come into straight-legged wheel. You do not have to come into straight-legged wheel at all. You can just come into full wheel, but I will talk you through the steps for straight-legged wheel. Flip your hands back by your shoulders, fingertips toward your shoulders, elbows high. Come on up, whichever way gets you to the mountaintop. Then walk your feet forward. Bring them a little closer, toes pointing straight ahead. Claw the mat with your fingertips. Press into your feet, lock out your quads. Feel your kneecaps jump. And chin to chest, come on down. Beautiful, that's a rough one. Knees are bent, feet mat width distance apart, all downhill from here. I said that 3 times, didn't I? Because it's like a different downhill every time.
We're on a whole other level.
And pull your knees into your chest. Little circles to the right. Little circles to the left. Grab the outside edges of both feet. Draw your knees down past your ribs. Soles of the feet toward the ceiling. Into rock back and forth, side to side, happy baby. Hips got a good workout today. If you want to put your feet behind your head, you're more than welcome to. If you want to pass, you're more than welcome to pass. Rock to the right, straighten out your left leg. Everybody is passing. Come back to center. Rock to the left, straighten out your right leg. Come back to center. And now straighten both legs. Being mindful of your neighbor. Go more back than out. Come back to center. Bend your knees. Soles of the feet to the ground. Send your arms out to the side. If you room is a problem, bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Slide your hips to the right. Lower your knees to the left, taking a reclined spinal twist. Any variation, this twist is yours. Back to center, slide your hips to the left, lower your knees to the right. Come back up to center and begin to make your way into your final pose for today, Shavasana. Final relaxation pose. You let your hands come by your sides or wherever they feel comfortable. Adopting any position where you can cultivate stillness. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop down right into the center of yourself.